we blame the government or blame society?
Or should we blame the images on TV?
No, blame Canada! Blame Canada! For their beady little eyes, flap their heads so full of lies. Blame Canada! Blame Canada! We need to form a full assault!
Welcome to the RawDawgers Sportscast. I'm Sean Watson.
I'm Ryan Kessler.
And we got a special guest tonight, Merle the Merlin. I love it.
Yeah, I'm 9 beers deep. Don't expect much from me.
When I go like this, you just add whatever you want to put in there.
Yeah, he's got on tap dance shoes. Yeah. Random comment. Yeah.
Well, something we can always all kind of agree upon would be, if you didn't see the intro song there, Blame Canada. Oh yeah, that already played.
Okay. Thought we were gonna sing along to it.
No, we won't. No, because we can't hear any audio. Remember?
Okay. This is all a lie.
Here's what I want to get right down to this: the air quality. How does this work? First off, I have some questions. So, Quebec is northeast of Ohio, where we currently are. How is the smoke getting to us? Does the prevailing winds in Canada on the continental North America, we're not blow west to east in Canada? Or?
Well, are we not getting like northeast winds? Isn't that why
Is that what it is?
Because that's why it was so dry for so long.
Oh, I know. It's kind of unusual.
Yeah.
Is that El Nino?
What?
Is that coming from fucking
El Nino.
Nino.
Well,
A Nino.
To me, it's like it was fine for like 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden it's back again.
I know. And what happened there?
Government controls the weather.
Is that what it is? In Canada too? Well, I mean,
we got Trudeau there, so.
That's true. When you're paying 50% of your fucking income in tax.
Exactly. They have surplus money to do dumb shit.
Right.
That's the dumb shit.
So, and that's the thing, it was a couple weeks ago, and then the fires were going on, we had all this bullshit going on, and then we were fine. I don't know if some acid rain finally came down, took care of some stuff, but apparently it didn't. The acid rain must have reignited. Right. Can we agree on one thing for sure? Mm-hmm. They're not firefighters in Canada.
No.
They basically know how to make maple syrup.
They know about mooses. I'm pretty sure they're like the head people. Yeah. And as far as like horse cops,
yeah,
they got it cornered, baby.
Mounties.
Sorry, Mounties.
Right. So
I
decided to just go out and get prepared like I did during COVID, and I went ahead and
go fight the Canadians.
No, I got one of these special gators here. Let me show this. Let's check this out.
Did you also get like 36 rolls of toilet paper for no fucking reason?
No, but I got a 30-gallon drum of maple syrup. So that's awesome.
It's good on everything. So.
It is. Look at that. Perfect. Mm-hmm. I'm wearing it around town now. Not inside.
Well, at least everybody thinks you're a pussy.
Right. Exactly.
You're gonna just say I'm sorry about everything that you do. There's that. And you're probably gonna become a cuck. But anyway, everybody thinks that guy, nice guy. He's a nice guy. And he knows about moose.
Anything else you want to bring up about this stupid ass wildfire thing? No, it's terrible here. It's terrible.
Pretty bad.
I wish I would have loaded that up. I saw a billboard the other day. It had that lawyer Misney from Cleveland. He had fucking red eyes.
Oh yeah.
So we were quoting so bad.
Oh yeah. To help prevent forest fires, stay out of the fucking woods.
Right.
How long has that guy been in business?
Oh, I don't know. Does it matter? That guy.
How long has he been shaving his head?
I've seen multiple billboards. At this point, I think the last billboard said, the saying. Something like that. Well, we get him. Like, it's gonna cost you an ass pile, but your wife, she's gonna wish you killed her. What the fuck is that? You still got the Jag, baby. Let's roll.
Boy.
He's got to pay his own copywriting.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to him to make that much money.
Right.
He's got a bald head and a fancy suit.
Right.
Spews money.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah. That guy. Lex Luthor. That's a whole other discussion.
Wow. Before there was Better Call Saul.
Right. Yeah.
There was
Tim fucking Misney.
Right.
Yeah. Misney is our Saul.
Right. He is. All right. We're going to get into a little bit of NFL news here. First off, this was just broke yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. It was headlined on ESPN. But apparently there was 4 players in violation of the gambling policies of the NFL right now. 3 of them have received season-long suspensions from the NFL. All from the Indianapolis Colts, and we get to play them this year, the Browns. So that's fantastic.
Right.
If anybody decided to go ahead and take the Colts over win total this year, you may want to go ahead and hedge that bet and go ahead and take it under. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, but Colts, Isaiah Rodgers, Rashad Berry, and free agent Demetrius Taylor all suspended indefinitely for this entire season. All 3 had ties to gambling online on NFL-related items, and Rodgers was busted for gambling in the state of Florida through some friends. Gets even better, where sports gambling is not legal. So apparently he put his friends up to taking bets from him in only one of the states where it's not legal.
Right.
Because 34 of them went live this last January, including the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
So, and could you
I
tell
know
your
dudes that
friends?
have made money.
Oh yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I made 18 grand this weekend. How?
Right.
Fucking lucky, I guess.
Right.
I wish I wasn't retarded.
I lose all the time. But that's just dumb. Like,
It is.
first of all, don't bet the NFL if you play in the NFL.
Right.
If you're betting anything, if you're betting basketball, baseball, I don't care. Like they shouldn't get suspended for that. But if you're betting the NFL and you're betting in a state that's not legal, I get why you're getting suspended.
Well, and then offensive tackle Petit Frere of the Titans, who is the ex-Buckeye player, he also got a 6-game suspension where he was actually betting in the facility, but it wasn't on NFL.
Okay, so I can kind of get that.
So he got 6 games.
Yeah, and I don't think they need, but at least it's not the whole year.
Correct.
But that's still stupid. It's like he's not.
Does he lose money at that point?
Yeah,
Or do you like
I would-
automatically
you lose
sign a
game.
contract?
I would think so.
You lose game checks.
Yeah, I would think so.
Stipulation?
If it's a
Yeah.
suspension.
Well,
it has
after,
to
like
be.
every game they get paid. Like so, how their pay schedule is they get bonuses in the off season,
That joke to myself.
but they get paid like weekly every game. So if you're suspended for a game, you lose that paycheck.
I knew they got bonuses and shit, but I didn't know. Like I would imagine you sign your contract. These guys are a lot smarter than I am. But like, you play like.
Well, not these fucking guys.
I don't know.
I mean, you gotta be
I'm all about
specific here.
sports.
But
So I'm like, you play 72 games. If you miss one, it's gonna cost you 30 grand. But I feel like you're already buying all of the cocaine and your house payments 20 grand a month, and you just fucked an OnlyFans whore in your Lamborghini.
Right.
What it really is 20 grand.
Yeah, that's probably just helping them in taxes.
It'll change my life. But to him, he spends that on blood on the weekend.
so
Yeah, I fucked up. I should have done something better with my life. That's what I'm getting at here.
Right.
Yeah.
So the NFL, another question I want to ask you guys too. The NFL is the ultimate sport. I mean, the Shield is unbeaten.
Yeah.
As far as professional sports. The NFL, you got to hand it to them though. They're way out in front of this because you're not hearing shit.
How the
from
hell do they even find out about that?
Exactly. Okay, well, and I think Merle brought this up. They're using IP addresses. Is there an agreed upon thing? Like you have to have your IP address known off your cell phone with the club.
They don't. It's not even agreed. As soon as you connect to the Wi-Fi there.
Yeah, but why are you using the Wi-Fi?
Why? These players aren't thinking about that.
Right?
As soon as you go in anywhere, you connect to the Wi-Fi.
Okay, and here's my right. Okay, but you can turn your Wi-Fi off. Here's another question I had though.
But even if the thing is these betting, they're giving them information. If they sign up for their own accounts, they're
Right.
giving the NFL the information.
They
of that.
probably are.
So if they do bets, even if they're not connected to the Wi-Fi, they can still tag where you're at.
Yeah.
In most cases,
Right.
unless they're using like a VPN, which I would.
Well, that was going to be my next question. How are you not using a virtual, a
Protection network?
Yes.
What is it called?
VPN?
What is VPN? Yeah, what does that mean?
Virtual
Virtual
private
private
network.
network.
Yeah.
It just.
Is it the same as like going
Bounces
black or going dark?
No, I mean
I don't think you
Where
can
it
say
doesn't.
that.
No, like if
It's
they wanted,
going incognito.
Going-
I think the vernacular is incognito. Maroon.
if they really wanted to, though, they could still find out where you're at.
Well, I mean, either way, I'm going to jerk off where you jerk off to.
Right.
It's only the government.
Okay, my other question. Okay,
They don't need to worry about that.
number one, why are you using the Wi-Fi? Okay,
Right.
if they are. Number two, why aren't you using a VPN? I mean, these guys have guys that pay. They're in their entourages.
Yeah.
And nobody in there is like, hey, why don't you use a fucking VPN? And then the third one is this. Why aren't you buying a prepaid fucking phone?
Burner, yes.
A burner fucking phone if you want. If
burner
you can't,
email address.
I've met multiple small-time drug dealers. All of them had burners.
Right. And there's a reason why they're fucking kingpins of the drug. Yes.
You have $75 and there's a CVS around. Oh shit, you're in business.
Well,
Right.
it is the perfect storm though, because it's like all these states became legalized, and I'm sure the players, I don't know how well the teams like
Right.
communicated to them, like, hey, yeah, you can bet, but don't do it here and don't do it on the NFL.
Well, so
Well, unless they get cover of the vig. So then they're like, well, you throw 10% my way.
And to my thing, it's like, get cash out and find a fucking piece of shit that can make bets for you and give them a percentage.
right. Well, that's so NFL really cracking down. There's been 11 players / coaches been suspended since 2018, but there's 8 of them just within the last couple months here.
Yeah.
And that's not including Calvin Ridley, who received a year-long suspension last year, if you remember, who just was reinstated, going to be playing with Sunshine down there in Jacksonville. I mean, they're heavily favored, I think, to win that division now.
Yeah,
and you got to be
totally.
with. I mean, this is without Calvin Ridley. Hopefully, he's kept himself in shape. He didn't pull out the fucking Le'Veon Bell card, and he's put on like 50 pounds.
Yeah, I understand none of that reference.
That's okay. Ryan got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
You're laughing, so I'm gonna laugh.
right. Perfect.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
hey. See when I go like that? Laugh. Perfect.
Cues.
So I want to go ahead and bring this up too. I want to go ahead and put the NFL's new ground rules that came up, and they're very, very specific. Well, I wouldn't say they're exactly specific, but then you guys can go ahead and ring in on this. So number one, don't bet on the NFL.
Pretty blatant.
Pretty blatant there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If
No.
you work down here at the shit plant, don't be pumping shit.
No
in
gray
sewers.
area there.
Yeah, don't be doing illegal shit down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
Number two, don't gamble
dip
on-
your pen in the company Inc.
Exactly. Number two, don't gamble at your team facility while traveling for a road game or staying at a team hotel. Okay.
Again, these are like, there's 48 hours probably or well, maybe 72 hours
Depending
out of
on
All right,
the game,
so-
yeah, right, where you're going. Go ahead, Merle.
Throw a softball.
No, that's all right.
This is pretty fucking specific. So, which player did this?
Oh, all of them.
All of them have been.
Like,
That's
yeah,
why they
well,
released
you know
suspensions
how
and
Anderson
suspensions.
was. You don't gamble while you're at a team facility. Yeah, he won $30,000, but he did cover dinner, so we're not that upset. But corporate though, they're pissed.
Right?
You gotta turn those receipts in.
Right.
Why do you turn hookers in? You don't.
You don't.
Someone's flipping the bill on that one.
You write it off.
You're right, and that's small business. We're the backbone of America at that point.
Number three, don't have someone bet for you.
Well, now they just want to.
Yeah, don't bring those hookers in and ask them to, hey, can you go ahead and put a major bet on this fucking game?
What
that's
if-
about to play?
What?
Go ahead.
What if they're not legal citizens? There's no tax paperwork, rub and tote joints, or legitimate
That might
businesses.
be like an
This is
international
totally
waters
free.
type deal.
Sex work is real work, Sean.
True.
Yeah.
It's the oldest profession.
You can have a worn out puss. Doesn't matter.
Right.
You can sell it. Some fat fuck like me is like $7.99 a month. I spend more than that at McDonald's a week. So it's whatever. You roll with it.
Number four, don't share team inside information.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
These guys don't know how to use a fucking VPN.
How are they more
gonna give
strict
out
than-
information about the upcoming fucking game?
How are they more strict than the government?
The NFL?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to tarnish their image. Because there's a lot of people that bet on these games.
Yeah, there is.
So if players are doing inside
Well,
stuff.
and it's kind of like the same thing. You know, you and I have talked about this too with Josh Gordon. Do I have a problem with people smoking pot? No, I
That
don't.
fucking
But
guy.
but if
Rules
the,
are rules.
and if the NFL says, "Hey, I'm about to give you a multi-million-dollar contract," And hey, by the way, during this contract, you can't eat fucking macaroni and cheese. I'm not eating macaroni and fucking cheese, okay? Because they're paying me a ton of money as part of my, I don't care.
Right.
Just don't do it.
Right.
All right. Number 5, don't enter a sports book during the NFL playing season. Once again, something pretty simple.
Yeah. My teammate tore a ligament. I'm gonna fuck around and win some money.
Right.
That they don't need.
Right.
Yeah.
And number 6, don't play daily fantasy football.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in the NFL, why would you want to even play? I feel like that's like every interaction you have is, oh, you're in the NFL, right? No shit.
Right.
Read the jersey, dickhead. But it's why would you be like, oh, well, it's my free time. I could be watching a Scorsese film. No. What are the Falcons looking like this season? Run it. Why? That's what I don't understand. I don't think, is this like prevalent for NFL players?
You said what, 8 in the last couple
Well, there's
months?
8 in the last couple months. There's 3 or 4 of them. And there was, I think, 3 players suspended in Detroit just last month, too. Jameson Williams was one of them, not the alcohol. And I think it was, what is his name, Quentin Cephas?
Cephas.
Yeah, he came
Bo
from
Cephas.
the Falcons.
Bo Cephas,
Yeah, Cephas, yeah.
White guy?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Perfect.
He gets paid good.
He does. So go ahead, if we're missing some of the details here,
Did a bunch of them get caught? Like, how do you get caught?
well, that's the biggest
thing.
question. How do you
8 of them got caught.
Yeah,
And I'm
within
sure
the
there's
last
more
couple
out there
months.
that probably.
There's been 11 since 2018.
Yeah.
11?
11,
Yeah,
but
couple-
8 of them in the last couple months,
Couple of
including
them,
these.
couple of them are fringes.
Wait a minute. I get it. Is it like an audit thing with the IRS?
Oh, that I don't.
Letter agencies really gotta fuck you over every day. So, yeah, I get it. If you can accidentally you're hurt at a game, or you regularly Snapchat with a dude on a different team, you can probably have inside info, and you win money. That's how the government gets you.
Sure.
Now, that makes sense.
I mean, Ridley,
Backdoor to it.
Ridley 2 years ago, of course the suspension was last year. I mean,
He bet on his own
he bet
team.
on his own team.
But he was hurt.
He's the
But
fucking
still, like
Pete
that.
Rose
Yeah.
of.
Oh, so he had sportsmanship. I'm fucking
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, the inside information was, I'm not fucking playing because I'm injured.
Right.
And I'm passing that on to some
Maybe
fucking.
he felt better the next day. Who knows?
You didn't have to give us that information. We know you're not fucking playing. Okay?
Yeah.
So-
yeah. Note to the 2 people listening, maybe we're fucking lucky on this one. I don't know shit about football, so sports in general. So I'm just rolling with it.
All right. All right.
Shit, my hairline. Continue.
Anything else you guys want to bring up about this situation?
I think it's bullshit.
It is. Here's something else I just thought of this too. So when they interview some of these players over the last couple games or the last couple years, and the one guy's like, "Well, yeah, I got Travis Kelce on my fantasy team." What would happen now if you said that? Because they'll say it.
As a
They'll
player
interview some of the
yourself.
players, and it's like, "Well, I hope it's not fucking daily fantasy. I hope it's not on DraftKings or FanDuel. I hope it's a year-long fantasy." But then again, you're still fucking gambling, right? I mean, generally, you're putting money in a pool and it's getting divvied up at the end of the season.
Well,
Were you at the field when you looked at it, dickhead? No. Oh,
Right.
where were you? Your mom?
How does that work, Ryan?
Fair enough.
that's not really gambling though. That's like
Well, it is, but I mean, are you
It's
playing for
gambling.
fucking orange slices? And
I mean, I play. There's free leagues that you can get into.
there is.
Well, I mean, think about it. They're not betting like I know rednecks, white trash, country people.
So, we all do.
$100, $200 bets. Like somebody says, "Oh, I threw out $200 on a basketball game." You know way more about sports than I'll ever know.
Right.
These motherfuckers are probably like, fuck it. We're betting it all on red today. 20 grand.
Right.
50 grand.
True.
So I could see where someone would get pissed where like, all right, you won 300 grand last week. Fucking chill out. But at the same time, like, who fucking cares?
Right.
What? It doesn't affect the game. Do you think they're honestly going to take a
Well,
dive
if they're
like the whole season?
if they're betting on the game that they're in,
Yeah, but I don't know shit about
That's the problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the fantasy thing is though it's like, how is that affect? That's not really going to affect any game outcome. You're just picking guys and putting them on a team.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a year-long fantasy league, that was my thing. But how many guys are not doing that now because of shit like this?
Yeah,
The NFL's doing.
Why would you even? How much time do you even have to do that as an NFL player? Like, wouldn't you be more worried about your job?
You think it'd be like training and everything like that. Like, oh, I gotta eat,
Watching
my
film,
3,000 calories and
Getting
getting
Mexican
gym
hookers.
Right.
Exactly. Let's go into that.
Not one-
So if you're gonna work that
Something
hard,
I know about.
work hard, play hard. I don't work hard, but I play hard.
Nike.
But yeah, Is it in you? That's Gatorade. Never mind. Just do it.
That's the
same difference.
That's Mexican
Just do it.
Gatorade.
Right.
Yeah. No sucralose.
Is it in you, senor?
Senor.
All right, so Ryan and I have kind of talked about this, and we're going to go ahead and over the next few weeks here, leading up into the season, we're going to try to do our top 5 movies, football movies actually. And this week we're featuring one almost 20 years ago, starring Billy Bob Thornton, Lucas Black, and Tim McGraw and Garrett Hedlund. And here's the trailer, folks.
I'll say it again. Who the fuck is Garrett Hedlund?
Right.
Why is this doing this to me?
I don't know.
You just keep hooking up. I don't understand how typing it out just solves the problem.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, the hopes and dreams of an entire town are riding on your shoulders. You may never matter more than you do right now. It's time. Now, if you want to win state, you're going to have to beat a team of giants, a team of monsters over in Dallas that outweigh you about 30 pounds a man. This is real, sincere warfare. We're in the business of winning.
Should we believe the hype?
What hype?
The hype about Booby Miles.
Now, hype is something that's not for real. I'm all real.
What's it like being the quarterback? I mean, this is a big responsibility for a 17-year-old kid. Do you think you can handle it?
No, that is not acceptable.
Hope so. Your dad played at Permian. What's it like to be the son of a local legend?
Tell me why you can't hold on to the ball. Maybe this can help. Hold on to football.
Next question.
I want to be with a ball carrier. Give me just one touchdown. Just one.
Hey, son, come here. Where you going?
You want me to go in, Coach?
You don't want a helmet? My goodness gracious.
Do you want to play college ball? Do you want to get out of this town?
Think so.
Well, why aren't you doing something about it?
We gotta lighten up. You're 17.
You think it's just a game. I think you're scared just like the rest of us.
I've seen you fight. I've seen you not quit. Can you give me a great effort and just a little bit more? Can we be perfect?
So let's take care of it!
One day, when you look back at this time, I dare you to beat it. I dare you.
And we're live.
Right now.
All right, so Friday Night Lights. This movie, so iconic, they actually came out with a TV show. 2006, ran for 5 seasons.
I actually just rewatched it.
Did you?
Yep.
I've actually never watched the TV series. I've never watched it.
It was so perfect in like my timeline because in 2006, 2007, I went into like freshman year of high school.
Nice.
So it was like I watched this.
Perfect.
I watched this every week before game. Like it was just
It was good.
10 ratings. It was awesome.
Right. Yeah, never watched. I've never watched that. I know it's on Netflix. I think right now.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hulu.
All right. Very high Rotten Tomato score, 82%, which is kind of unusual usually they don't give sports movies that high of a rating.
Well, I think Billy Bob Thornton being in it.
Yeah, I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. Go
They
ahead.
don't give anything good a high rating.
No, you're right. It's
Oh, you have an American flag in there and you own a gun?
Yeah.
Fuck you, 14%.
Fuck you. Right.
Yeah.
Right, it's in Texas too, like.
Right.
But
The setting?
But it was also like, you know, well, they had George W. in office at that point, so.
That's true. That's true.
The world was a little different back
Yeah.
then.
So really, I don't know. The gist of the movie, if you live under a rock, maybe you haven't seen this. If you're a sports fan, it's basically about football in West Texas, Odessa, Texas.
Well, this is based on the true story.
True story where 1999 Varsity Blues, which we'll probably end up doing that one too.
It's one I'm ready for.
Right.
I don't really know anything about sports.
But you love Varsity Blues, don't you?
I'm gonna live your life.
I mean, James Vanderbeek's ass alone is enough to bring me
it's full Chub City.
Well,
Right.
we'll go there. We were talking about this earlier. Is Not Another Teen Movie technically a football movie?
Yeah. I thought
It could be.
I thought of Varsity Blues and immediately I was like,
I can only think of him with that fucking banana sticking out of his ass.
the fucking
The whipped cream.
whipped cream bikini he wore in the movie. Yeah.
Well, and so I kind of like this movie too. It was based on the 1988 Permian Panthers from Odessa, Texas. Basically, a team or a whole town, a small town community. It was really like towards the end of that the Reagan era, but just.
They had won a few state titles there.
Yeah,
already.
economically crippled.
Yeah.
Just a small town where there's nothing
only
really
like
going
half,
on.
yeah.
There's a Tasty Freeze in the middle of the fucking town,
Yeah.
and
Rumors of a Dairy Queen. Oh shit.
yeah. Oh shit. Hey,
Yeah.
where you can employ another 5 people.
Yeah. My kid's gonna get that job. Billy Bob is so smart.
Come here, we're gonna make blizzards.
The one place in Texas they're drilling for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So,
that's the job to have, really.
but so when you have that small of a town and with economic depression, and then the one highlight you have is the high school football team.
Right.
Yeah.
That's basically what this movie's all about. It was actually a book that was written about 10 years prior to this, and then it was turned into a movie. And Billy Bob Thornton is the head coach. Coach Greg Gaines, Lucas Black. He's played in quite a few movies. Plays quarterback Mike Winchell.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift. Actually, I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's probably
That's like
actually
the
one of
last
my.
movies
That was
I
like the last good one.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Well,
3. We're done.
the one right after that was okay.
Yeah.
I never watched.
And now The Rock's a superhero. And Vin Diesel
Yeah.
does dumb shit every day.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fast 10.
But there's family, so.
Yeah.
That's all that
There's
matters, really.
family. There's always family.
At this point, I think Paul Walker killed himself just to get out of this
Right.
shit.
Right.
He was done dealing with it.
Tim McGraw really kind of, this was a big deal for him. I was doing a little bit
Is
of.
this pre-Nelly, Tim McGraw?
That was right
I'm not
after
sure.
that. Oh,
I'm
not
not
like
sure.
2002.
That's a good question. That's a
It's
good
on my
question.
head,
Could
so
be right
I don't
after.
worry about
Over and over again. It's all in my head.
So the biggest thing was the Permian Panthers' long storied history in that small little town. They actually didn't win the championship this year.
They made it to the
In
final,
1988.
though.
Actually, that is incorrect. So during my research, though,
Oh.
so they ended up playing Dallas Carter in the semifinals.
Semifinal.
But in the movie,
They played him in the
which
final.
I get it. You're making a movie. You want it to be
More.
They could have fucked up on
Dramatic.
that one stipulation.
right. Right.
Because they're not worried about the details.
No.
How do we sell this shit?
Right. Exactly.
Well,
If
that's
we're
like-
gonna make it the
That's
final.
like
Yeah.
Hoosiers.
Oh, yeah.
20 years later, it's
Yeah.
not a true story at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not at all.
Right.
Yeah.
The basketball movie.
Hoosiers came out and they said it was
Yeah.
based on true story, and it's not true at all. Like
Mm-hmm.
none of the people are right. None of it. Whoever wrote the book kind of just like lied.
Anyway, so
Yeah, it'll happen. Well, there's money to be made, so
There is
let's
money to be
spread some
made.
bullshit.
Still a great movie.
So, kind of interesting fact here. So, Henry Buzz Bissinger was the author of the book Friday Night Lights, community and football. I don't know how to end of the. What the hell's the word I'm looking for? Well, whatever.
I don't
Anyway,
fucking know.
so
Yeah, let's roll.
But anyway, so come to find out that he went ahead and moved to Odessa, Texas, and followed the Permian Panthers for an entire year.
Was it during this year?
Yes.
Okay.
So it was, I think it was actually before this whole season, but still, that's dedication. You're reading, you're going to go and live in this town.
Authors do that.
For an entire season, and your family. You took your kids there, your wife there, and you made them live in this dumpy town for an entire year.
Well, he made a shit ton of money off
He did.
I'm sure he got plenty of money off the series in this movie.
Right.
So let's put this in summarize this. So the author was a dude that showed up to a high school to watch kids play football.
Right.
He's like, fuck it, I'm a pervert. I'm gonna make a movie.
Absolutely.
And then, hey, we're selling copies, baby.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well,
and he was in disguise the whole time. He's like, I'm the guy that's bringing the fucking Dairy Queen here.
Definitely bring mustache.
There is a behind the music on this one.
Right.
That's real deep, real dark.
So how big is football in West Texas? Well, since 1980, the Permian Panthers have won 6 state Division V titles, appearing in 11, and 2 Division V national championships, including the 1989 squad, which was a year after when the movie setting took place in 1988. Chris Comer, the one that Boobie Miles calls Waterbug in the movie, he actually was the starting halfback for that team, and they went on. They not only won the state championship that year, but also a national title as a Division V school, which I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't. Like how do you win a national title?
I think it must be something you're voted on, because I've never heard of like the state of Texas Division V champions going to play as the state of Florida.
I do know that sometimes they do travel though for.
Oh, okay.
But that's usually like in regular season.
Right,
like
but I thought that was more of like a...
Like Catholic school type
Yeah.
But Texas is Texas, so...
Right. Historically, Permian, 560 wins, 188 losses, and 11 ties in its school history. Pretty deep. It's like, just off the top of my head, like a 750%.
Right.
Or 750%.
That's badass.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
And I was watching the show, like, because they were worried about having a tie. Like, dude, when I was in high school, we played overtime. But that's Texas. I don't know if they have different rules down there.
Right.
Especially in the 80s.
Right, and then also, you don't really know. I didn't look up when those 11 ties actually took place.
I'm thinking, like, when did they, because they pretty much, high school, at least from my knowledge, even, like, everywhere in the country at this point, adopted the college rule.
Correct.
And when did college do that? Was that in the 90s maybe?
Yeah, I can't remember when they started at the 25-yard line or whatever. I can't remember when they did that. But
I'm pretty sure it had to be at least early 90s.
Something the NFL's ending, right? Is it that this year or next year? They decided they're going to go ahead and do that in the regular season?
Are they?
I think so. I think I read that too. Maybe not this season, but next season. That they're not going to have. At least it's on the.
Ties just like kissing your sister.
Right. Well, you're almost always guaranteed to have one tie in the NFL regular season.
Yeah.
The last year I think there was 2, and it just fucks shit up.
Yeah.
For everything.
Especially when you add another game.
Right. And then you have even more chance to have a tie.
Yeah.
So I know it was on the competition committee at least. They were talking about it. Anyway, I want to go ahead and go down some of the better scenes, at least what we considered some of the best scenes of the movie. Here's the first one. And this is, when you consider some of the best scenes of the movie, what you want to consider is, okay, hey, you're flipping through the channels, you see this certain scene from a movie and you have to stop and watch the rest of the movie.
Right.
Yeah, it's like when I watched Roadhouse and he was naked in the pond. Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Nectar.
All right.
Nobody talks about it, so
Sorry.
help me about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Dad.
What are you doing?
Maybe this will help. Dad.
What are you doing?
Hold on.
Stop!
Dad.
Okay.
God damn it, Dad. Knock it off.
That's enough!
Your mom wants to be a part of it. Oh, it's over now. See, they stop.
Fast one.
Well, that was his girlfriend, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, anyway, this kind of this scene here, Charles Billingsley, played by Tim McGraw, the drunken alcoholic father, who is remembering his glory days. The only glory days he ever had was a year that he won the state championship with the Permian Panthers, and has his son Don Billingsley, played by Garrett Hedlund.
Yeah.
I'm still asking, who the fuck is that guy?
Right. So in his bedroom, basically, Garrett Hedlund's had a problem holding on to the football, especially in practices, scrimmages, whatnot. There's one part of the movie where McGraw's character actually comes out on the field, shoves the son around, throws him to the ground. Yeah, it's really
Coach says nothing
really
about
awesome.
Well, did he do a shitty job?
Yeah, he fumbled the ball.
Well, then he deserved it.
Right.
So
in this scene when he's wrapping it up, basically, Don, the son, comes home with his hot date for the evening, and they accidentally knock a lamp over, and Tim McGraw's character comes out with his hot-looking mom, which looks about as hot as the girl that his son brought home.
Right.
And
Smelling of Budweiser.
Shout out
like,
Tim
oh,
McGraw,
that's
slam
probably-
piece.
Oh, yeah.
you knock over a lamp, can't hold on the lamp, can't hold on the fucking football, and gets out the fucking duct tape and just starts duct taping
And
the
hit
fucking
where it
football
hurt,
to it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Making
So-
well, and then we don't have this scene, but I
Go ahead.
like the scene where he throws his fucking state ring out the window.
Oh yeah, that's another great one. I love that one too.
Wasn't there something similar in Varsity Blues?
Well,
Didn't the dad do something?
well, the coach is the asshole.
Yeah, the coach is the asshole in that one. John
who was-
Voight.
John Voight.
Yeah, he's a total
Angelina Jolie's dad.
Yeah,
Weird
yeah.
how their names are different.
You're right. Well, they don't,
Anybody
I
has
don't think they
details
talk.
on that shit.
I don't think they talk
Oh,
for years.
Right.
For whatever reason, my mom told me that. That's for whatever reason I remember that. She knows about that stuff.
But
And I do love her.
But basically throughout the movie, so McGraw's character is the father of Don Billingsley, just riding his ass throughout the whole movie. And then a little extra here. This is probably I also read an interview with McGraw, who also went on to play roles in Country Strong, The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock.
Definitely not
Is that a
in
true
my top
story?
5.
And
Blindside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And recently, in the part of one of the Yellowstone spinoffs, 1883, he's John Denton's father, and a prequel to Yellowstone on Paramount. So,
yeah.
but this was definitely a launching point for him. He was actually on an interview with Rich Eisen on his show. Stated that it was actually a pretty easy role for him with all the years being in the stands at games. Of course, his father, if you didn't know this, was Tug McGraw, who played professional baseball.
Can't get over his first fucking name, but okay.
Tug? Yeah.
Tug?
Yeah.
Tug? Are you a boat or are you working at a rub and tug?
Rub and Tug.
What's,
Rub and Tug. Yeah, Orchids of Asia.
Yeah, exactly.
Father-son trip.
I'm sure she's legal.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure with a name like that, he wasn't an alcoholic, angry father.
Yeah. Mama son don't have penicillin,
And then,
but she lays it down good.
Right. So let's kind of get into that, let's listen to this interview with Eisen about this. So, in the same interviews, he also was talking about something that happened during the shooting of Friday Night Lights. I guess Billy Bob, in between some of the sequences, Billy Bob was the quarterback, and McGraw went out as a wide receiver in cowboy boots. He actually had his cowboy boots on, and he ran a 40-yard fly pattern, and McGraw actually came down with a one-handed catch against an actual corner.
Wow.
As one of the stand-in extras. I believe it was a corner actually at the college level.
So he felt like a
40-yard
big
fly-
swinging dick.
Yeah, right.
One-handed catch.
Right, one-handed catch for
Well,
Billy Bob.
he's probably in his 40s at that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
just
2004. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know how.
Host Angelina Jolie, and how'd that movie go? Like, yeah, I know you're in the movie too, but I used to throat fuck your daughter. Just ripped on coke, living your best. See, I don't know why actors gotta fuck kids. They already have it good.
Right.
You're banging the hottest piece of ace. You're just doing everything you want.
Ace.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
I know a guy. I knew you.
No. Well, imagine if they did.
Right. Anything else you want to bring up about that scene? I mean, that was except the smoking hot daughter mama pair there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah.
But
Well, I will say this too, like the smoking hot stuff. If you watch like Friday Night Lights series, not one of those actresses, except for Lila Garrity, has an ass.
Really?
It's all flat. And then even somebody says something.
You're not making me want to watch this series.
But
Yeah, I'm not
really
getting hard over here. I can tell you that right now.
They're beautiful. They have giant tits, but there's no ass. So this is mid 2000s before I think the explosion of what's needed to be.
Yeah. I mean, mainly you're gonna let a woman down, so she's always gonna be walking away. So you're gonna want something to look at.
Right. Yeah. Well, you marry the ass, you buy the tits.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Exactly. That's fine.
Be a man.
I'll fly you to Brazil. We'll get ass injections. We'll get fake tits.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, my next clip I wanted to go ahead and bring up was Coach Gaines, played by Billy Bob Thornton. His iconic speech at halftime against Dallas Carter.
I got this.
You got this?
Oh yeah.
Well, give me 1 second. This is a longer speech. No. Hey, you're good. It's not.
God damn, we're like 1/18 of the way through. I'm getting old. My prostate isn't liking it.
It's real simple.
Here we go.
You got 2 more quarters and that's it. Now, most of you have been playing this game for 10 years. You got 2 more quarters, and after that, most of you will never play this game again as long as you live. Now, you all have known me for a while, and for a long time now, you've been hearing me talk about being perfect. Well, I want you to understand something. To me, being perfect is not about that scoreboard out there. It's not about winning. It's about you and your relationship to yourself and your family and your friends. Being perfect is about being able to look your friends in the eye and know that you didn't let them down because you told them the truth. And that truth is that you did everything that you could. There wasn't one more thing that you could have done. Can you live in that moment as best you can with clear eyes and love in your heart, with joy in your heart? If you can do that, gentlemen, then you're perfect. I want you to take a moment and I want you to look each other in the eyes. I want you to put each other in your hearts forever, because forever is about to happen here in just a few minutes. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about Boobie Miles, who is your brother. And he would die to be out there on that field with you tonight. And I want you to put that in your hearts. Boys, my heart is full. My heart's full. Ivory.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, and forever.
We're hot.
So actually, I just think that that's an absolute iconic speech right there. Where does this rank for you guys? I mean, as far as best football speeches, you got Coach Boone's speech in Remember the Titans by Denzel Washington. Coach D'Amato from Any Given Sunday, played by Al Pacino.
The Any Given Sunday is always going to be #1 for me.
Is it?
But I think this is close.
This is right there for me. I mean,
Billy Bob Thornton just got a great
he does.
voice.
So. He does.
Especially when he's playing a southern piece of shit, it's perfect.
Well, I was rocking a piss during the video, and I had no idea what the fuck you guys were talking about.
Well,
but you name dropped Denzel Washington.
Right.
Solid on that one.
Remember the Titans movie? Yeah.
You ever watch Remember the Titans?
The fucking Training Day?
Well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're limiting it to football movies, but yeah, I mean, Training Day.
And Billy
just
Bob
iconic.
Thornton. Yeah. And I've never seen. I don't care what fucking movie it is. You show Denzel, and it's like a scene for him.
Yeah.
That shit is gonna fucking rock.
Yeah.
Right.
Every time. Denzel.
Oh, I agree.
It's like Samuel L. Jackson. Give Samuel L. Jackson a line in the movie.
Right.
He's gonna fuck it in the face. Guaranteed.
Right. And it's always going to end with motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love him for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Respect it.
Right. So anyway, little tidbit here I came across also. Thornton said in an interview in September of 2021 that just the night before they filmed this scene of him in the iconic speech, that a good friend of his betrayed him. And he asked the director right before they shot this scene if he could ad-lib much of the content. He did, and the rest is history. So there's actually more ad-libbed content there from Billy Bob Thornton than there actually was scripted, which makes it even more impressive to me.
Yeah.
You know, that he came up with
This
this
was really smooth.
over 2 minutes of just absolute
Is there a backstory?
iconic speech. That was the backstory.
No, like what exactly did his friend do?
No,
I
actually,
scratched your bins, or
Right, no.
your wife was cleaning the pool,
Right.
popped out.
Right.
I had to
So,
take hold of that.
Actually, no. In the story that I read about that, it was undisclosed. He was not going to disclose the information.
Oh yeah, his friend banged his wife.
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah.
It was probably the Mexican gardener.
Yeah. If someone asks, why are you mad at your buddy? Well, he spilled paint in my garage.
Right.
Why are you mad at your buddy? Well, he fucked my wife. I'm not going to say that.
Right. Right.
You know, it probably was like, well, it was good and it was better than you, and I don't want to talk about it. And I want you to remember that.
Dated in high school. We
You
never
can
told
divorce
you.
me, but I'll take half your shit. And I'm like, well, I can kill her, but
I'm gonna take my Laker tickets.
I gotta cut her apart. I gotta deal with it. I gotta deal with the bitch. It's like fucking Tiger Woods. I'm sure that's what happened.
Yeah.
Right? His wife stepped out of line one time.
Worth $250 million.
She hit him below the belt one time. Yeah, you know how you said your dick has that weird freckle? Well, now I'm gonna fuck your whole family bloodline. So this is gonna be a problem for the next decade. It's probably the same thing.
So, getting back to the real coach, Gary Gaines, he just died last year, August of 2022, after a 5-year bout with Alzheimer's.
Rest in peace.
Yep. Only 10 years after retiring from coaching. So listen to this resume. Coach Gaines coached 10 different high schools in West Texas. And he also took a stint in there when he was the linebacker coach for Texas Tech and Abilene Christian before settling back down in Odessa for his second and longest stint of his career with the Permian Panthers. He also, he later stated after the book and movie release that he actually regrets letting author Buzz Bissinger into his program for that year during the 1988 season. So apparently those two were not getting along, and there was shit that was going on that he wished he wouldn't have reported in his book, or slants on how the program was being run or the town.
Well, that's just like the 10 different high schools in West Texas. Like, down there it's different. If you don't win, you're out.
Right.
Yeah,
Correct.
You get a job. If you start out 1 and 2, you might be getting the hammer.
Right. But I mean, he also was he was with the Permian Panthers before. He went ahead and went on to the collegiate level with Texas Tech, and then another stint with Abilene Christian. But then he decided to go ahead and come back to Odessa. And go ahead, Mark.
Why did he regret letting Bissinger?
Well, that's what I was talking about before. He didn't really say in the interview or the story that I was reading why that was, but it probably had a lot to do with his betrayal of Coach Gaines, maybe some of the players, the whole town.
But I wasn't sure if it was like a Bobby Boucher playbook moment where he's like, no, he has these 3 plays, fucking brilliant.
Right.
And, well, he spilled them out. He spilled the beans on the movie.
Most football coaches and teams like that, all that stuff you want to be in-house, tight-knit, like.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But the thing, like, it took, what, 10 years for the book to get published?
Well, it was 10 years before the movie came out. After the book was.
So 10 years after the.
Well, so
That's when
the
the
movie came out in 2006. He was there in '88.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry.
So it's 8-10 years.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That's
what
just
you're saying.
most football
See
coaches.
it here or there.
There would be very few football coaches that would have been like, yeah, I loved it. No, they don't like anybody being there fucking with their kids and what they got going on day to day.
Trying to tell them what to do.
Well, not telling what to do, just being in their business. You know, just having that.
Well, and the other thing is too. I mean, obviously as the author, you're going to have slants of how you depict things.
Yeah.
Living there for an entire year, having to eat the same fucking Tasty Freeze. You know, for an entire year, you start getting pissed.
You can only have the super bird at Denny's so many times before you're
Denny's, there ain't no Denny's there.
Probably not. They're like, oh shit, at Denny's.
Yeah,
Probably,
right.
There had to be an
God damn,
somewhere.
6-figure jobs are down the road.
88, maybe Hardee's. They just took over Burger Chef.
Yeah, like a Burger King.
In-N-Out.
Maybe what in Texas? Yeah, probably an In-N-Out. Yeah.
It is near the In-N-Out.
Yeah, it is. Walker's near the In-N-Out. I'll just stop there.
The only In-N-Out in Odessa is the fucking whorehouse. Yeah, I mean that's
Coach's wife.
That or where the cartel dumps the bodies.
Right.
We're in, we're out.
Right.
Yes.
So, yeah, because Odessa's not that far away from the border, is it?
Didn't something happen at Odessa?
Well, that's North Texas, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I just know it's West
West
Texas. I
Texas,
should have
yeah.
looked that up before I decided.
But I'm sure there's still some cartel shit happening there.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the '80s.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
A lot of that boo bow beam bomb.
Right. A lot of the Reagan years nose came in.
Yeah.
Just sprinkling that crack right in those,
Well, our government has to, fund operations, and we can't ask, the president for the money, so let's sell heroin. What other idea do you have, Sean? What idea do you got?
I don't know.
We're gonna rape, pillage, murder. We're gonna behead some people, hang them from a bridge.
And we're gonna get oil at 10 cents cheaper a gallon.
But hey, the CIA found out that the Colombians in 1993 thought, hey, maybe Coke should be our drink. We found that out. So how else we funding that? God damn it.
All right, we're getting off on a tangent here.
We are.
Which is
back to the playbook.
But back to the playbook. Next clip I want to bring up too is one of the more rewatchable clips. Booby Miles leaves the locker room.
Name.
Yeah, Booby. Yep. Leaves the locker room, sits down outside Permian Stadium, and breaks down in front of his uncle Elby. This was after he basically found out he was going to be done for the entire season.
I want to see what Booby talks about.
Oh, we can't hear it.
Whoa, the bud! Playoffs belong to you, baby.
I'll make you proud.
What y'all looking at? Play your ass off. Win state. Be perfect, all that shit. This is a gift for you. It's gonna be worth a lot of money.
I bet it will.
You be perfect, preacher man. So. Now what we gonna do? I can't do nothing else but play football.
Hey, don't worry about that.
Don't worry about I can't be doing nothing else.
Be all right, son.
I can't do nothing else but play football. What? We practiced, did we? We practiced. You told me you was gonna go to the pro. I thought I was gonna do it on my knee.
Somebody else. Don't worry about it, son.
No, I want that to buy you a house.
We're back.
Well, and now we're live.
All right, so actor Derek Luke plays Booby Miles in this movie. I didn't really remember anything else that the guy was in, but I guess he played in the movie Glory Road, if you're familiar with that at all, and also Captain America. Would not know that either. I don't give a shit about any of these superhero movies, and none of that X-Men, any of that bullshit. I don't care for it. I'm probably in the minority there. I don't care.
All right.
Go ahead, though, Merle. If you like it, that's fine.
Well,
You can come across as fucking
the
evil.
one viewer wasn't paying attention when the rest viewed. We're talking about Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights, that's it.
John C.
Thank you,
Reilly
thank
and
you.
Mark Wahlberg.
That's it.
I googled Mark Wahlberg, John C. Reilly. Also in Perfect Storm.
All great.
That's
so,
right.
So
Great
Mark
movie.
Wahlberg slinging
Fantastic.
dick
Yeah.
in Boogie Nights.
Yes.
And then in Perfect Storm, they're dying. And both. So
So they had
the storms are slinging dick in that one.
We're getting off on a tangent here, but
I
absolutely.
My
No,
viewers
it's good. I'm glad
drunk.
you actually looked it up.
Yeah. I
glad
put
you
my
looked
time
it up, but,
put the effort in.
So anyway, Booby Miles was actually adopted by his uncle LV out of foster care when he was young. And another fun fact, his injury actually occurred during a scrimmage before the start of his senior season. It didn't actually happen during the actual game, any of the games the senior season. So, little fun fact there. After his injury, it was reported that Buzz Bissinger, the author of the book, heard some athletic boosters on the sidelines in one of the Permian practices stating, quote, "Well, what do you do to a horse when he has a broken leg? You shoot them," unquote. I mean, Booby was basically their chance to get another state championship. He was also kind of pushed through high school. Many of the faculty pushed him through the game.
He didn't go to school for school. He was
Yeah, I mean, he was on a fast track.
Yeah.
He was
It was
on
the
definitely a
80s in
fast
Texas.
track. Yeah. His outright the faculty would come to find out would give him his outright answers to any test that he had coming up. Just give it to him.
It's kind of like the program.
Yeah, it's kind of like the program.
That's not
There's
like
definitely some
uncommon what I
crossover.
pull away from this story.
Right. Well,
even in high school.
it's 1988.
I mean,
Wasn't
when
like that
we
when I
were
was
in high school, some of them were like, the kid's retarded, but he's decent at throwing football.
Right.
They didn't ever gave me
Really?
shit. Hell no.
Some of them, I know some of them. But speaking of horses, it reminds me of something I heard.
Go ahead.
You can lead a horse to water, but you still need to step still to fuck him in the ass. So, horse immediately thought, I should tell everybody here in case they're curious. So,
that's
we all have
These
big
are
vehicles, keep step still. That's all I'm saying. For the viewers.
Definitely didn't do any favors to Booby Miles here, because then when his injury actually happened, he had really nothing to fall back on. The guy probably had zero skills. So the clip that we just showed you was probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Then when he got in the vehicle with his dad, his uncle LV.
What LV stand for?
I don't know that either. I didn't look that up.
Okay.
I just know it.
I'm sorry that
initials. No,
gave
that's
your
all.
Achilles
Las
heel
Vegas,
in that
I
way.
think. Las Vegas.
Oh,
Miles.
okay. So we're talking about the shooting. All right. So
Las
smoke
Vegas
stocks
Miles.
and whatnot. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Leroy Vile. One of the two.
Leroy Vile.
Leroy Vile.
Yeah.
Leroy Jenkins.
Right. So
Everybody knows that one.
another during some of my research here, Miles was actually kicked off the team his sophomore season after his track coach, which he was a hell of a track athlete for the Permian Panthers, held him out of off-season football practice. So Coach Gaines found out. This might go back to the question you asked me before, Merle, where Bissinger, where Coach Gaines didn't like Bissinger being
So glad I got the call back
around
on
for an
because I
entire
don't
year.
shit about any of this.
right? So he says Gaines found out about it. So Gaines basically told Miles at that time that he had to quit track, otherwise he would not be allowed back on the Permian squad.
Jeez.
So who the hell wouldn't want their halfback or
In
fullback in fucking track during off season?
Right.
What are we doing?
They're getting after it every day. Why wouldn't you want?
Why wouldn't you
Or
want
maybe
that?
you're worried about an injury, or it doesn't matter for me.
They're still
So
working
if you
out.
pull something while you jump.
So wait a minute, you're going to help develop my halfback, and I don't have to do any of the work.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's going to increase his speed, his endurance.
Well, that's another way that he could go to college if he wasn't a football player.
Right. But I guess Gaines wasn't having it.
That's the age.
Gaines sounds like a real piece of shit to me.
Yeah,
Sean.
it was.
Like all our coaches wanted us to do other sports.
Right.
Some were scared of cats. But the little story. Anyway,
He was actually a backup. Miles was actually a backup running back his junior year to another great fullback who had 2,000 yards.
Is that Tim Riggins?
Actually, I did see his name. I didn't put it in here, but white fullback. Just an absolute stud. So they played for the Permian
Stone Cold
Panthers.
Steve Austin.
Here's what I know about that, Sean.
That's all right.
I've heard that in a stand-up joke. When's the last time you heard of a white fullback?
Right.
Honestly, this goddamn movie.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as a junior, Miles had a game against Abilene when he only rushed 8 times, but had over 208 yards and 3 touchdowns with rushes of 69, 67, and 57 yards.
Oh yeah.
Just an absolute fucking stud athlete, stud football player.
Not to toot my own horn.
Go ahead.
But my freshman year, I had 300 and it was I know it was a freshman record. It was 333 yards against senior high.
In one game?
Yeah.
Wow. Senior high, that's a feat.
That is.
That was important, but yeah, and it was only on like 12 or 13 carries.
Wow. Holy shit, that is pretty impressive.
So
you could have been Booby.
Well, then I broke my leg and I was Booby.
Right, you were.
So you mentioned 2,000 yards.
That's a lot. They only played 10 games.
Like, I don't know.
They only played 10 games. So that's like 200 yards.
200 yards a fucking game average? Holy shit.
Yeah.
So there's probably one game he's like, I pulled out, 475.
Well, and you got to think too that they're a type of team where he's probably sitting most of the fourth quarters.
Yeah, they want to let him chill out and not get hurt.
Yeah, 'cause
we
they're
need
up by
you
40.
now.
They're up by 40.
Right.
We really want you to shove the dick in the mouth. Booby, hit the field.
So anyway, Booby Miles, so part of the movie too, when he was talking, I don't know if you remember this, when he was in the weight room and he was like sorting out through these pamphlets that USC and UCLA.
Yeah.
It was pretty accurate because I guess during his junior season, there was a lot of D1 schools. The scouts saw him not just for his rushing ability, but also he was a great blocker.
Wow.
It wasn't uncommon even for him, because he was the lead blocker for the other running back.
Yeah.
To just absolutely
they did a lot of
pancake a lot of these linebackers coming out of the backfield. So, and that's why he was so highly recruited even as a junior. So. After his injury, he fell into a great state of depression, gaining over 400 pounds.
Yeah. Good God.
Yeah,
God.
And also,
fat fuck.
Yeah,
get it together.
He got into trouble, went to prison for assault charges after hitting his own stepbrother over the head with a beer bottle.
God, I am Booby Miles.
Right, sentenced to 10 years, but only served a couple, but did get 10 years probation.
Didn't at the end of the movie they said that he ended up playing junior college ball somewhere?
Yeah, he tried. Yeah, he did. He tried to play JUCO somewhere. Yeah, he did, and that was in my research too.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay.
It was in.
I just didn't know if that was like a blatant lie too.
No, that was correct.
Okay.
He did. He was trying to play JUCO. So anyway.
You want to win? Put Booby in.
That's right.
Let Ryan, so it got to be right.
Right. Let Booby spin for you, coach. Right.
Yeah.
So, final play, this last clip here. I don't know, is this my last clip? I think. Yep. The final play of the game against Dallas Carter. Once again, in real time, it was actually the semifinal. It was the Division V state championship, but definitely a climax here. Hold your mouth. Sorry. So anyway, Mike Winchell, played by Lucas Black in this movie, Tokyo Drift.
Shout out Tokyo Drift.
Right? Actually, he wanted to go ahead and get as far away from Odessa as possible, but stayed in town with the Permian Panthers.
Scared of skinwalkers, I get it, yeah.
His dad actually passed away when he was 13. He also had another brother of his die right after his dad.
Jesus.
Yeah, and his older brother was in prison. So
that family had the curse.
Yeah. So actually,
Gypsy hated that family.
Right.
Yeah.
His mom was a clerk at a local convenience store next to the Tasty Freeze, probably. And he grew up extremely poor, was very embarrassed about this, which led to his shyness, which was portrayed in the movie. Really good. I mean, whoever the director was, they did their backstory for sure about Mike Winchell in this movie. He was actually a great overall athlete. Recorded over 30 home runs one year in Little League. So you're talking between.
So we're going baseball, fucking football.
Yeah, but you're talking like 10 to 12 year olds.
I'm the best guy in the
30
school.
home runs.
30 home runs is a lot. I mean, I played Little League. That's a lot of fucking.
Well, that's probably like 20, 25 games.
Right, dude.
Just
at that point, you're like, oh, the kid can hit the ball. We're okay.
Fucking hitting it.
Yeah.
So, but even more impressive than that was the fact that he was also a stellar student. He was highly sought after by both Yale and Brown Ivy League schools as a student athlete, but Yale eventually turned him down after a phone interview with him, stating that he sounded too much like a hick.
God, definitely the 80s.
Wow, can you imagine that shit going flying nowadays?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
he's
fine
white.
now. Yeah, he's white.
No, I mean, he's from Texas. What do you expect?
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking New England motherfuckers.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, they're probably calling like, yeah, you bastard.
Yeah. I left my khakis in my fucking pants. Go Sox. Fuck you, Yale mother.
You don't like Matt Damon? You don't like Crab? Well, fuck you.
Yeah. Don't fuck with me today, Sean. Don't fuck with me.
How many times have you seen Good Will Hunting? Never? Well, alright, my cousin's gonna beat your ass.
Do you like apples?
No? Fuck you.
I got a number. How you like them apples? Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Winchell never received an offer from another D1 school, but did try to walk on at Baylor. Was never able to make their traveling team. Self-admittedly in an interview that he froze up a lot and choked in big sports moments as a QB. Quote, one day I played like Roger Staubach, and the next I played like Roger Rabbit. So definitely.
Short arms, not good at baseball.
Yeah, definitely
Or
tight.
football.
Tight in some big games, which.
So every quarterback that I ever played with in high school.
Yeah, basically froze in big moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Mike Winchell. But hell of an athlete, I guess, and just a hell of a student too, which really wasn't portrayed in that movie. Although I do remember the scene where they're after the game and
Well, that one scout is like, hey,
yeah,
you win a state title.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
Like, okay.
Right.
If you get to state as a quarterback,
Yeah.
you're gonna get some offers.
You're gonna get some offers.
Even if you get to the fucking semifinal. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're like a good athlete, but he was kind of short, wasn't he?
I think so, maybe. Well, at least Lucas Black was. Well,
Like,
unless you're comparing to
You're
the,
still gonna get like
the people in Japan during Tokyo Drift.
Like you can't tell
He was
me.
a monster.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, you're 5'11"? Holy shit, we've never seen this.
You can't tell me.
I've
Like,
got a 0.
North Texas or like Tulsa ain't gonna give him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. True. So, anyway, definitely, I would say this is definitely my top 5. Like I said, folks, we're going to go ahead and do some more of these. We're going to break down some other games here leading up to our regular NFL season, kind of break things apart a little bit. Anything else you want to add to this movie? I mean, is it in your top 5, Ryan?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of football movies to choose from.
There's a lot of football movies, and I lean towards more of the true story stuff, and I like this because it's not like there's not some, you know, I grew up with Remember the Titans, but you know the whole racial message stuff just gets old after a while.
Oh, it does. It does.
And it's a great movie, and I still watch it, but it's like I would still rather watch this movie over that any day. the ones coming up.
Good.
Next week, what is?
We're gonna do the replacements next week.
Yeah.
So
Like,
you said-
well,
Yes. No.
see, the replacements for me is what, like, probably number 3.
Well, I was gonna just asking if you think this one's in your top 5.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't putting in any type of order. Maybe we'll do that, with our last
Okay.
one.
All right. Yeah.
Actually,
No, after
put it in
sure.
order.
Yeah, this is
Do it
definitely my top 5.
Yep.
This is definitely my top. Like,
Yeah, top 5 for me too.
to me, it's like the program, any given Sunday, the replacements, and then it's Friday Night Lights. And,
Yeah.
Oh, Rudy isn't. We don't like retards
Fuck
in our
Rudy.
football program.
No.
You know, God, that's just,
Fucking
it's not
idiots.
even really a.
Goddamn.
I mean, it's a football movie, but you see him play in one game at
Rudy
the
was
end.
offsides.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And too many chromosomes. But god damn it, he could push a shopping cart. He could have worked in Kroger's.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
honestly,
could
could have had a career.
fucking overachieved.
He wasn't a fucking retard.
He was.
So many radios. No, push shopping carts at Kroger's.
He made
Oh, another
Go over
movie,
retirement.
Radio.
Yeah.
Another football movie. Is that
We're
gonna
gonna
be your
cover
top
Fubu?
5, Ryan?
I don't think we're gonna cancel just having clips of that movie going live.
Ah, look at this dumbass.
Yeah.
Not shopping cart, faggot.
Oh, you got your radio?
Oh, your mom and your cousin fucked? Makes sense.
Apparently the South wasn't that deep. Wasn't deep enough you couldn't fuck somebody else that wasn't part of your family tree.
I'm glad the dating pool was just a VFW, you piece of shit.
Okay, so we're definitely getting off the fucking rails here.
God, crazy
All right.
now, bud.
We're gonna go ahead and move on to. Go ahead, Ryan. You have anything else to add after that montage?
I was just about to start singing Crazy Train.
Fair enough. I'll get air guitar.
I saw what you did
Fuck it
there.
up.
Oh, because it's radio, he's got to be fucking crazy train?
Yeah.
Jesus, talk about getting canceled.
Well, I just thought because we were going off the rails.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our Crying Jordan segment. This is always one of the biggest fan
Is this a recurring segment?
It is. It is. It's basically where we have nominees for the week and we give them the Crying Jordan, or we steal.
Is it like
Crying
memes
Jordan.
or like actual?
Oh yeah. No. These are actually
topic or like
these are actually real sports stories. Of course, go ahead and you put that one up, Ryan, if you want. I didn't.
Well, I think
Go ahead.
the best one is the Rockies.
Yeah.
The baseball team?
Yeah. So the Rockies.
They got beat 25-1.
This past week it was actually
Holy
23-0 after the fourth inning.
And they should all commit suicide. Go ahead and write that.
Well, they only did score in one inning, right?
Yeah, they scored. Well, the Rockies scored in the 8th inning only.
Well, they had one inning where they scored 12 runs.
Oh, you're talking about the Angels?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Angels were playing the Rockies this last week. Yeah, beat them 25.
There is 9 batters in your lineup and you score 12 runs in an inning. Holy shit.
No, it's 13, I think.
So the Angels were
13
in fact not in the outfield.
Yeah.
All right.
The Angels were the outfield. Well, yeah, you're right.
I'm drunk and I'm not following the story.
So apparently, come to find out, in the 5th inning, the Angels were actually bringing fans in for like $5 a piece and letting them hit.
They were doing better than the pro guys. To be honest,
So just because they were ahead 24-0 at that point.
What I do love about Major League Baseball though is there's not a run rule. Like you gotta keep.
Exactly.
Just keep
Absolutely.
getting,
It's fantastic.
The Indians, I remember when I was in 5th or 6th grade. It was 6th grade. We beat the Yankees 22-0.
Okay.
And our teacher, who ended up being cool at the end of the year, but he was an asshole. I went like that. They said something about it on the announcements. I got fucking attention about it. It's like, what? I can't show excitement?
At our school, it was weird because we weren't a bad school, but there was a bad element.
Well, you went to Eastview, right?
No. I went to fucking Madison on 42. Just name drop.
Elementary?
Yeah. That's
Well,
in
you
Fort
went
Elm.
with Jim, right?
Oh, Worcester Heights?
Or Worcester?
No.
It was Eastview.
Was that Eastview? I'm drunk, so I'm sorry I don't remember 20 years ago after all the shit I've been through.
I mean, it was the school you went to, not the one I went to.
You didn't go to that one?
No, I went to Mifflin.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of good memories. That's cool. Food fights.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just.
A lot of other things I've heard stories of.
Stuff I'm not going to mention.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and go on to another, of course, after the NFL story, I'm going to go ahead and give the Colts, the NFL football Colts, Crying Jordan nominee this week.
And they have a couple of them here.
Yes, we do.
That looks like it could be real, like, oh, fuck, we lost the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then... It's just perfectly velvet, isn't it?
I know, the perfect, yeah.
Put the horse down.
Right?
Put the horse down.
It's time to go to the glue factory there, William. You're a piece of shit and you don't amount to nothing.
And then there's another one here that is also great. The fucking horse on that was perfect.
Yeah. So you gamble, you get the Crying Jordan.
And then there's another Canada one.
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
great.
Because fuck our air quality.
Really, I mean, Canada at this point, it's just like Britain.
Right.
Fuck them.
Or France.
They don't matter.
No.
Their opinions don't matter. And I think that we should, actually, people want to talk about World War III. Let's just go ahead and bomb Canada.
Just get the,
Unless this was an inside job and they could point it out.
Right.
Let's just start dropping nukes. Fuck them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do they have this supply? Fucking maple syrup.
Right.
And who's the fucking bitch that was famous in the 90s for making music?
Oh, Shania Twain?
No.
Oh,
Man of Mine
Sheryl Crow?
is a solid fucking banger. No, the
Sheryl Crow?
pop rock.
Was she Canadian?
I thought, Alanis Morissette.
Alanis
Oh,
Morissette,
yeah.
somebody else. Who will say?
No, Jules from Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Drool?
What
Jewel.
province is it? Who owns Alaska?
Oh, it's Jewel.
We do.
We own Alaska?
It's one of the
I thought
50
it was one of
states.
those, like,
You are fucking drunk, aren't you?
among other things, Sean, among other things. I honestly, my input is fucking null at this point. I know nothing about sports.
Just
I
stay
was
on
like,
the train, man.
hey, let's start a podcast and it's about conspiracy theories. Let's do a sports one. Well, I don't know fuck all about sports. It's fine. Look like a fucking idiot, so at least we look good. Here we are, folks. Here we fucking are. So when your friends say, even though you don't know shit about shit, do this, let's switch it up.
You wanted to say
a
that?
jackass. I did, but it was like back sidelines guy, like every now and then throwing a little quip, like, oh yeah, that dude was a piece of shit. Yeah, he had a nice commit rope in that movie. Like that was my input.
All right.
One other short little snippet here. Cleveland Indians, they got Terry
Whoa,
Francona
bud.
back today.
Very insensitive.
What?
You fucking racist.
No.
Aren't they the commanders
No,
We call them the Indians.
Imperials?
Fucking Indians here.
Yeah, thank God.
The red
fucking
faces.
Hey, if you're a fucking Indian, I feel and to be honest, you're my bloodline. It's just Native Americans. So at this point, said if you're offended by it, we'll be a fucking pussy.
I'm also like the 16th Native American, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. And 23andMe over here. The 16th on my mom's side. I jizzed in a cup. That was the answer.
Anyway, so the Cleveland Indians got Tito Francona back today. Didn't seem to help, though, as we went down to the Cubs 10-1.
10-1. Yeah.
Horrible now, still 2 games under 500.
Question.
Go ahead, sir.
His name's Tito Franco. Is this dude like a Diego Wop or
Yeah, all the above.
Italian as shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gold chains.
All the above.
He's bald. He's
Mama.
He's bald.
Meatballs on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, gotta love it.
The Indians right now actually have the worst winning percentage when a game is within 1 run after the 8th inning.
Yeah.
They're not winning close games.
No, they've blown more fucking saves than.
Right. Yeah, they blew a save yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I don't know shit about sports, so here's my train of thought on this one. As far as Ohio sports go, we're either like fucking everyone in the ass or just an embarrassment. Is that pretty much by summing it up?
Well, the Indians, they're like the most mediocre team in the league right now.
I never really hear. I know people that go to games and shit, and they'll say, "Oh, the Indians won," but it's like one person's like, "Oh yeah, the Indians won." Like when the Browns win, it's like, holy fucking shit.
Well, it's a Browns count. As you can see with the orange and brown.
Well, and also you have 162 games in baseball versus 17 games in NFL.
Yeah, every week.
And that's the other thing about sports that I
which
can't
also
really follow.
Which also makes the NFL even more king. So
every week matters.
It does. It does.
Every game of baseball.
On that note, go Birds.
Right. Now, the only good thing about the Indians right now, they're still 2 games under 500. The good thing is
they're still in first, aren't they?
Yeah, they're close because the whole damn division is 500 or less.
Yeah.
You know, so they're right there with the Twins. It's not even the All-Star break yet. They're not even halfway through the season, so there's plenty of time to start getting hot. Hopefully we keep Bieber. We talked about that last week, but I don't know if we would. You know, unless we can go and get some clutch hitter.
They either need a header or some bullpen, obviously.
Yeah. Because they're not getting it done.
Class A is not getting it done.
Class A is not getting it done, which is weird.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. Speaking fucking French. Gotta get some headers. Gotta get some bullpen. Yeah, I mean bullpen.
French Indian.
Gotta get the bullpen.
We're speaking French.
But anyway, so this is going to be the end of the podcast, but we are going to be me and this man will be starting a conspiracy theory podcast that will start off on Sunday. And are you going to join us?
I might do that. So, are we going to go ahead and put it under the RawDawgers banner, or how we?
Well,
how we doing?
Sean, here's the thing.
You do it. It's your guys' project.
I know, but here's the thing. As far as like conspiracy theories go, this is my life. If it involves the government, anything like that, I look into it. At this point, you got to be careful about what you say.
Okay.
So, like,
well, and it's
certain names, and it shouldn't be on your YouTube page because we can get strikes off 2
I'm not
episodes.
saying it. I just didn't know if we want to put it under, not actually on our page per se, but a spin-off of the RawDawgers.
Sure. That was the thing. If like
start your own YouTube page for it.
Yeah.
And everything.
We'll do like 1 or 2 episodes from here, and
you could definitely
we'll shout out
cross it.
RawDawgers.
Cross it.
Yeah.
No, but you can even cross it over. So that you got not cross over sports. What I'm saying is.
Well, next time I come over, I can talk about the Clintons or whatever you want to talk about. Yeah.
So, any idea what your first topic for this new podcast is going to be?
We're going to go over JFK.
Softball it in.
Yeah, okay. That's a pretty big conspiracy that I think everyone's pretty interested in, and tie that into RFK Jr. running right now.
Yeah.
And just going down the rabbit hole. So
yeah. And the thing is the podcast. I don't know if you watch any conspiracy theory podcasts.
No, I don't.
Well, the thing is a lot of them.
Too busy watching sports.
It's a lot of speculation. See, that's the thing. I'm an autistic retard. So my thing is like, ooh, what did Clintons do in '93? So I deep dive into that. But that's the thing is, we're gonna go off into that, and some of it it's fucking nuts. And like I said, I'll forward you shit.
Okay.
But we're gonna start a separate one. But I don't know where else we can. I don't know how podcasts really work, even though I've been watching them for 6 years. Like,
well, I
take
figure
all
the
this shit.
first couple of them we'll do here. It won't change anything in the background or nothing, but
yeah,
you can.
You're welcome to
join in. We can just have a nice long form podcast on going through the details that we uncover and just kind of have a good discussion about it. I think it's interesting. People enjoy it. So
sure.
But other than that too, anybody that's watching, please like and subscribe on YouTube, and obviously follow us on Facebook.
Yep, and share with your friends. That's the biggest thing. We already picked up a couple people here this last week too.
Yeah, we're up to 140 followers on Facebook.
Yeah, and well, I mean, the word of mouth or word of social media, what you should say is that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I have to give a shout out to somebody that actually put us right in their comments. Matt McLean.
Yeah.
This last week, he put us right in his comments talking to another person, so I'm sure we went ahead and picked up.
You picked up fucking 2 viewers from that one right there. Shout out Matt McLean.
Thank you, sir.
Getting the ducks.
We try to kind of switch it up. Even he doesn't know much about sports, but I think we had good conversation here. Try to make it lively, make it fun.
Right.
I thought this would be like since we're possibly going to use a studio. It was like a
kind of like an introduction, because it was like I've never done a podcast, and
well, congratulations.
Yes.
Well, I'm drunk now, so my anxiety isn't bad.
Right.
But you know, is there any? Since we're bringing this up, is there any of them that you want to talk about?
As far as conspiracy theories?
And
Any that you believe?
And the thing is we're going to talk about conspiracy theories, but it's going to be we can back it up with FBI, CIA documents.
How about Area 51? I mean, that's always like I think that's really out in the forefront.
I think JFK, Area 51, those are the big.
Those are big ones.
And the thing is,
how about the jet thing and controlling our weather and that whole fucking thing that's going? What's that called? The jet washes in the.
I'm drunk.
What do they call the government? Like the government's putting shit in the sky.
Something streams.
Yeah, the streams. Yeah, I can't think of the word right.
But is there any validity?
There is. There is multiple
You got proof of that?
You can look up even videos where people are like, oh yeah, I make $120,000
Yeah, there's like
a
generals
month doing
speaking
this.
about them.
Really?
On like C-SPAN and stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of it is no, the government's trying to block global warming. So how are they doing that? Well, we block out the sun with chemicals.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So.
Well, they can put drones up in the sky and electrically charge clouds to create rain.
Yeah. And this goes all the way back to
which I don't know why they're not doing that
Vietnam. In Vietnam,
right?
Well, and even Canada, I think that's most of that planned. But that's
that could be a whole that right there could be a perfect topic.
That's
your first show right there.
Wherever there's forests, it happens. They need to burn down. That's part of the process.
Yeah, it is. There's certain.
And I get it too. But let's be honest with each other. Since COVID was like the kick in the nuts, where it's like after the kick in the nuts, it's a kick in the shin. Somebody calls you a faggot. Somebody makes fun of your mom. It's one thing after the other.
Right.
And isn't it kind of funny that so many things are happening that affects us daily?
Well, when you have 24-hour news
and that's the other thing. You get Mockingbird Media going.
Yeah.
And every piece of it is, none of it's like, and today, Timmy, he had multiple sclerosis. He was invited onto the football team. He made a goal today. None of it's that. It's, well, yeah, there was riots, and, Trump's a piece of shit. Now Biden's in, he fucks up, but who cares?
Right.
It's one thing after the other. I'm sorry to get political.
No, that's
but anyway, that's the thing we want to cover is if it's something that you can back, and that's the craziest thing. It's a saying. It's kind of like the craziest thing in life are based in truth versus being a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at even the government, even governments of foreign countries, you can literally make up a movie and then you'll hear about, well, Saudi Arabia did this in 1984. Well, that's fucking nuts, and Macaulay Culkin ain't in it. So that's the whole thing. So if there's any conspiracy like 9/11. Anything that affects you, like Grenada. I know a dude that was in Grenada.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, oh, we're going to war. Oh, shit, we're not going to war. It was literally like, well, I shaved my head now, what the fuck?
Well, speaking of wars,
he was in Grenada for 3.5 hours, and he didn't even leave America.
Wars and conspiracy theories, I mean, one whole episode could be dedicated to
Ukraine.
What's the reason we really went to Vietnam?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's... we're going to have
the
JFK.
Right.
MK Ultra and
Vietnam.
George Bush Sr.
Yeah.
Right.
The grassy knoll.
Grassy knoll.
Right. But...
and that's...
Oh, it's the third shooter on the grassy knoll?
Oh, the grassy knoll.
And that's got to the two people listening. That's the whole point of the podcast is because we're both degenerate fuck-ups and we have drinking problems and other things we're not going to talk
so
about.
You're American.
Yeah.
We're American as fuck. And, I believe in the red, white, and blue, so I do whatever the fuck I want from the government. So I felt like that's the easiest way to do the podcast is we'll talk about, we say JFK. I tried telling him about it last night. Me and him were both fucked up, yelling at each other on his back porch, like, assholes.
We're yelling at each other.
I feel like your neighbors were like, I like what these guys are about at the same time. But we'll talk about JFK, MK Ultra, whatever, and then in the next episode it's kind of easy. You look at the past episode, like they mentioned MK Ultra. We can go to Operation Monarch. We can go to Paperclip. We can go to all the other ones. And it's even like Operation Phoenix. There's other operations you can go into that kind of tie to it. So it's really fucking lazy, but it works out for us. That that's how fucked up the government is. As you can literally cover one story,
I think too, starting with JFK is a great place to start with because it's where a lot of it.
It's relevant too, and it's RFK Jr.'s running now, and that's part of his spiel is he's talking about, the government killed my family. And that's like, everybody's like, oh, he's a vaccine guy, and he thinks they're gay. Did you hear the part where the government even said, yeah, the FBI and the CIA took part in his family dying? No, that's not it. He talks bullshit about autism. Like, that's what they want to stick on. And that's part of, like, what we'll cover is that people can say they're smart, they can go to college and everything else, but if CNN, Fox News, somebody tells them something, they ignore the proven truth. You can show them, you can shove multiple documents in their ass, spit in their mouth, call them a slut. They're not going to listen to what you're talking about. Right? They're immediately going to revert back to what fucking CNN
Big Daddy Media.
Yeah. Rachel Maddow. But she matters. Not everybody else. I don't know if she's still relevant.
But
if you're on PMSNBC.
Yeah. Yeah. Doug Moore Network.
But if you guys are interested in this, please, we will we'll create a Facebook page. Yeah. We still need to lock down the name of this, but we'll send that out.
It's mostly going to be me with my shirt off on Facebook, so I don't know if you're part of that.
I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
Smoking stogies.
Yeah.
But we'll come out with that. Thanks for tuning in. And RawDawgers out.
RawDawgers out.